ready? Are you ready?
Hi team Fullest, this is again Amy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Cook of my canal. So in today's video we're going to be cooking jollof rice. I wanted to make something else, but I was running out of time and I thought jollof rice is one of the most simple dish to make. So I have this chicken breast that I wanted to use to make something, but I didn't really have time for it. So I thought, you know what, and I had to prepare dinner and I forgot to remove some turkey or some chicken or fish from the freezer, and I was running out of time. So I thought, you know what, I have this chicken breast lying down here, and jollof rice, you can make it with anything. I'm like, let me just use this chicken breast to make some jollof rice. And jollof rice is very simple to make, and it's such a delicious meal, and I really love it. It's very simple. So here I have all my ingredients ready. I'm just blending everything, blending my paprika, my tomato. Some of the ingredients that I'm adding, they're actually just extra. You don't have to, so you can just go ahead and blend your pepper, your onions, garlic, ginger, and whatever you want to. For me, I just like to add more things into my pepper mixture, so those are just optional. So now I'm just blending, making sure I blend all my ingredients. And one thing I like to do, I like to check the bottom of the blender just to make sure that it's still very tight, because sometimes when you're blending stuff like this so much, it tends to sometimes loosen at the bottom. So I really like to check it once in a while to see if it's still very tight and close, so that I don't really create a mess in the kitchen. So yeah, after just checking that, I'm just going to blend everything. I'm gonna blend. That's a lot of pepper. For some people, it's gonna be like, oh, that is just too much of pepper. You don't need that much. Like I said, I like a lot of sauce when I'm eating rice, so I really want the jollof rice to covered with sauce. So now that I've blend all the pepper, I'm just going in again. What I like to do, actually, you can cook jollof rice in several ways. You can fry the pepper mixture. You can just fry it if you want to, or you can actually kind of steam it till the water get dry and then fry it. That's also an option. So everybody has their own way of cooking jollof rice. Sometimes I kind of just fry the pepper mixture and add all the ingredients, and sometimes I just kind of like boil the pepper mixture and then fry it later with the onions and other stuff. So it's optional. You just cook it the way you want to. You don't have to do it exactly how I do it. There's so many ways to cook jollof rice. Everybody has their own twist that they add into it. You know, that's the one thing about cooking. You just add your own flavor into it. You add your own style into it, you know. So yeah. So now I'm just cutting the pepper, the onions, and garlic and ginger, the ones that I'm going to be using for the oil. I'm just gonna cut that into like a really tiny pieces, as you guys can see. I really want the garlic to be like really tiny pieces. I have this garlic squeezer when you put the garlic in and you kind of squeeze, and you know the garlic comes out really tiny. But for no reason, I just love like cutting it. Like I have that thing in the house, but I've never really used it. So it's just lying down there, and I'm like, why did I even purchase it? It's just lying down there. Normally, I like to get a knife and cut my garlic and ginger into tiny pieces, because I feel like, I don't know, it's much more better like that way. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing. And the like I said, the green pepper is just optional. The green onions, the onions leaf, is just options. So it's not something you have to, but I just wanted to add it into it. You know, I have it at home, and I was like, before it spoil, let me just add it. So now, as you guys can see, I'm boiling the pepper. The water is getting dry. It's almost dry, as you guys can see. And so whilst the water of the pepper is almost dry, I want to start making the stew. So I'm using olive oil. So this olive oil I'm using is a cold press um olive oil. It's like a extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed. I got this from TK Maxx. I think I went there and I saw this olive oil, so I got couple of, because I really love um using olive oil for cooking, for my hair, to make my hair oils. I like to add it, so I purchased quite a lot of those. So now I'm going to add the onions, the garlic, the ginger. I'm gonna allow it to just fry. And when I tell you guys, there was a lot of smoke in the kitchen, I had to open the door and put on the after cap, the machine that sucks the smoke. And because it was so much, I could barely see what was going on in the pan. So the water um, of the sauce is almost dry. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my tomatoes, and I'm just want to fry that everything in, add it into the mixture. So I just wanted to wait a few more minutes so that the water is completely dry from the sauce that I'm trying to steam, and then I will also add that into the mixture that I'm the tomato mixture, so that everything just fry and steam. Yes, so you guys can barely see, but the water is dry, and I really like the smell. The water is dry, and I really love the smell of the pepper, the pepper mixture when it's boiling. It has this really nice smell. I really love it. So now I'm just going to add that pepper mixture into this big pot. That is where I'm going to be cooking the jollof rice, and I'm going to just mix everything and allow that one to fry for a couple of minutes before I will come and add the rest of the ingredients. Like as I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, because one thing about me is when I am done eating, for me to get up from where I am sitting down is by the grace of God. So I really cannot, I really don't have that energy like, okay, let me cook. After cooking, I'll clean. If I have to clean after cooking, that cleaning will be the next day. So that's the reason why during cooking, I'm kind of cleaning, I'm kind of wiping things down. I'm just kind of like cleaning everything. So as soon as I'm done cooking, there's nothing much to clean. I can just go and sit down and eat, because I know when I sit down after eating, I will not get up from that place anytime soon. So yeah. So now I'm just adding all the rest of the seasoning, just to add everything, because now it's time to add the rice. It's time to add the rice. So I'm just trying to make sure I had all my seasoning, make sure there's enough seasoning. This particular jollof rice was a bit spicy because um the I added too much pepper, so it was a little bit spicy. But everybody like it. We kind of eat it. So now I'm also adding the chicken breast. Because that's what we have. That is what I had. I was just too tired to go and remove chicken from the freezer, because then it's very icy. You have to wait till it melts, and I didn't have enough energy for that. So I thought, let me just use my chicken breast. I'm using the chicken breast water to cook the jollof rice. So now you guys can see I've added the jollof rice, add some water, go ahead and add more water, because this rice rise, when you cook it, it rise. So now you're just gonna allow the rice to steam. So while the rice is steaming, I'm going ahead and cleaning the kitchen, washing all the dirty dishes. As you guys can see, the water has dried. Like I said, I really love making Nigerian jollof rice, with a little bit of twist into it. It's very simple. It's so simple, and it's also one of the most delicious dish. It's very simple. It's very delicious. You can make it as simple as you want. You can make it as classy as you want. So because this time we didn't have a lot of meat, I decided to fry up some plantain, at least add some plantain into the mixture to make it look, to kind of compensate for the meat. So I have my plantain here, I'm frying, and it's time to check. Yes, my feeling is telling me the jollof rice is ready. And yes, it's ready, but I would like to like turn it around, give it a good mixture. And everybody was like, is dinner ready? Because the smell, the aroma was going into the house. Everyone was kind of ready to eat. So I've finished frying the plantain. I've washed the dirty dishes. Everything is cool. So this is the rice. Now it's time to dish out. Like I'm dishing out for the kids. They loved it. I was thinking that the kids are not going to be, they're not going to love it because of the chicken breast in it, but they loved it. They even came for more. Like, can I have more? Can you put more meat because of the chicken breast? They loved it. So yeah, sometimes you just have to work with what you have. Life itself, it's very challenging. It's very stressful. So do not try to add more stress on your own on top of the stress that life brings. So yeah, this is one of the days where I'm like, you know what? I forgot to take out some meats. Let's just deal with what I have. And sometimes I just make jollof rice on its own like that. So Team Fullest, thank you all so much for your love and support. Peace out.